Losing a pet is, well, like losing a piece of your heart. It's a pain that hits deep, like in ways you don't even expect. The thing is, if you're struggling right now, you're not alone. Trust me on that one. Here at mydogdied.com, we've built something meaningful, a place where you can find comfort, guidance, and most importantly, people who truly get it. Because let's face it, this kind of grief isn't something you should have to carry all on your own. So stick around. Today, we're diving into a story, one of love, loss, and everything in between. It's a story that reminds us why these companions leave such an indelible mark on our lives. Let's talk about Noah and Apollo. So 9 years ago, Noah walked into this rescue shelter, not expecting much, just like browsing around, probably thinking it'd be a quick visit. And then he saw Apollo. This big ball of orange and white energy practically flew toward him, wagging his tail like helicopter blade. In that instant, Noah just knew this dog wasn't staying behind. And that was it. That was the moment their story started. Now, Apollo wasn't just a dog. He was a force of nature. Noah would take him everywhere. Beach runs at sunrise, long hikes up rocky trails, even the local coffee shops. And the thing about Apollo, he had this unspoken deal. One wag got him a treat, right? And 2 wags? Oh yeah, that meant double. He was the kind of dog who brought everyone around him joy, running after waves, jumping into the car like it was his second home, or just sitting there staring at Noah with those deep, deep eyes that seemed to know more than they could ever say. One morning, everything changed. Without warning, Apollo got sick, and it all happened so fast. One day, they were tossing a ball in the backyard, and the next, Noah was holding him close, whispering, "Good boy," as tears streamed down his face. 9 years with Apollo just wasn't enough time. The grief that followed, it was just unbearable. The quietness in the house became too loud, the leash by the door untouched. The absence of those familiar paw taps on the floor, it all felt heavier than anything Noah had ever known. His life was empty. After Apollo passed away, Noah found himself noticing things he hadn't really paid attention to before. Like sunsets, they started to feel different, almost like they carried bits of Apollo's light. And then those crashing waves where they used to run together, it's like they kind of echoed that same energy Apollo used to have. And in those moments, Noah realized something. Apollo was still there, just in a different way. And honestly, I think that's part of what makes embracing these memories so important, They have this way of grounding us, pulling us back when the weight of grief feels too much. Have you ever been in a quiet moment, a walk through the woods, or even a simple hike, and just felt their presence? I actually had that happen once. I was out hiking, right? Not thinking about much, just kind of clearing my head. Then, out of nowhere, this feeling hit me. It was like all the love I'd ever shared with my dog Max was still there. Like, even though he wasn't by my side physically anymore, that connection, it hadn't gone anywhere. It's in those moments where you realize love like that, it kind of transcends, doesn't it? For Noah, those memories, the way Apollo made life lighter, freer, they became a lifeline. But sometimes capturing them takes a little effort. Like here at mydogdied.com, we suggest creating a memory photo book and journal. It's not just about writing down memories, it's about honoring them. Maybe write about your favorite walks together, or the quirks only you would know. It's like a way to keep saying, I remember. and I love you. And then there's the power of community. I mean, sharing our stories with others who truly get what it's like. That's where healing finds its strength. Noah found comfort in connecting with people who had the same kind of pain. It's not about fixing the grief, because let's face it, that's not how it works. It's about knowing you don't have to go through it alone. None of us are really alone in this. You know, one of the greatest lessons we can take from our pets is how they teach us to love unconditionally. I mean, think about it. They never ask for much, maybe a belly rub or a treat from time to time. But what they give us in return, it's patience, loyalty, and this unshakable love that stays with us long after they're gone. Noah shared how Apollo taught him patience in ways he never expected. For example, there was this hike they took once. Apollo kept stopping, not because he was tired, but because he wanted Noah to slow down and really take in the view. You see, in hindsight, these small moments, they're the big ones. They're what shape us, change us, mold us into better versions of ourselves. And then there's another story I heard from someone in our mydogdied.com community. She started a pet memorial for her Labrador Scout. It wasn't just a tribute, you know? It became her way of creating something lasting. She planted a tree in her backyard, and whenever it blooms, it's like a little nod from Scout saying, hey, I'm still here. These stories, they remind us that we all have our own way of honoring that bond. Maybe it's journaling, maybe it's sharing our memories with others, or even building something tangible like a memorial. Whatever it is, it's about keeping that connection alive and letting those memories warm our hearts, even when the grief feels heavy. So, as we close today, I want to invite you to embrace that support. Visit mydogdied.com. Join a community that truly understands, or just pick up the phone and call us. Because none of us have to go through this journey alone. Together, we can honor those bonds, find comfort, and move toward healing. And that's all for today. Take care, and remember, you and your love for your pet are never forgotten. Until next time.